Hey, it's Noah from OfferREI here. Today I'm going to be introducing you to the new lists feature. So what this will allow you to do is upload a list of addresses and generate offers for all of them. This is going to be helpful for those of you that want to make a lot of offers at once, potentially even marketing to homeowners by sending them customized offers. So think of something like the owner finance offer with Balloon sent through the mail and seeing what comes back. So first you need to get your list together. The list we'll be working with is this list. So the way that the list is structured is that you're going to have your headers in row 1. Address, city, state, and zip is the minimum amount of information required. And optionally, we have a market value column and a mortgage column. Now, what you can do with this is if you are, say, pulling listings from the MLS and you want to send out a bunch of offers to the agents that are representing those homeowners, and you know what the list price is, well, you can bring that in with your market value. And then you can use the configuration for how you generate the offers normally to adjust things like giving yourself a discount. So as an example, I've just kind of come up with some fake information here. What's going to happen here is that for when market value and mortgage information isn't available, it's going to not use it. Meaning if you don't provide a mortgage, then it's going to just be 0. If you do provide the number 0, it's still going to treat it like 0. And then any values here for the mortgage are going to be run as a sub 2 offer. And so if you need to learn more about subject to transactions, get in touch with me. But basically, this is going to reduce the note equity that you're going to be giving to the seller by the mortgage amount. But it's still going to present it to the seller in such a way that it looks like they're making that much in the combined principal and interest. So it's still going to be an effective presentation. We also have market value fields. So if the market value is not provided, then the system will default to what it finds when it looks up the property ownership information. So in these spaces where I have no market value, it's going to just look that up and treat it kind of like a Zestimate and run from that. However, you can override them. So if it's not empty, then it will use the numbers that you've provided. But again, address, city, state, zip are all that are absolutely required for this to work. So now if we go over to the lists page, what we're going to do is import our new list. So you hit show import wizard. Actually, before we do that, we need to make sure we have enough credits. So in this box up here on the top right, we have the credits widget. And so in this case, my list is this is 14 addresses because we don't include the headers. So 14 addresses, which means that I need a minimum of 14 credits. So if you need to buy credits because you don't have enough, then what you can do is put in the amount that you need, 14 here, go to the checkout. That's going to generate a secure link and then redirect your page. And once that's done, it's going to take you to Stripe where you can pay for the credits. So I'm just going to hit pay. And while that's processing, it's going to be buying the credits and adding them to my account. So now I have 14 more credits to work with. So then what we do is import the list. So you click on Show Import Wizard, CSV, and then we're going to do this list. You just select the CSV file. It also works with Excel. Continue. And all we have to do here is map the address, city, state, and zip, and then the market value and mortgage balance if we have it. So it does a good job of matching them already based on the headers, but it didn't recognize the mortgage balance. So we're going to click on mortgage and then hit continue. Here we get a preview of the list. If you see something up here on the right that says errors detected, then what you can do is start scrolling through this and you'll see a highlighted cell that indicates that there's a problem. And you can just delete the cell or you can change the information yourself. So if I'd like to, say, delete a row, then you can click on the row here, 7, and then hit the remove selected rows, and that's going to remove it from the list. So let's continue. And at this point, we haven't spent any credits, but here is the new list. So what we can do now is rename it if we'd like. So I'll call this OfferREI REI demo list. And then what we're going to do is tell the system which template to use. So we click on select a template and then click one of these drop downs. These are the list of templates that you have in your account. So in this case, let's do the owner finance offer with balloon. And then it's going to say spend 13 credits to generate offers. So I click that and it's going to start the processing, and you'll be able to see the progress once it gets kicked off here. Usually looking up the ownership information is pretty quick. It takes a little bit to start up, but once it goes, it's already done. There it is. Now it's starting to generate the offers. So generating offers, and you can see the progress here. If you have a big list, this can take a little bit of time, but it does work pretty quickly. 13 should get through in no time. So we're just going to wait a moment. All right, and the offers have been generated. Now it's putting together the download file, and it's done. So now what we can do is click this download button, and that is going to allow us to see the what comes back. And what you get is a zip file. So if you don't know what a zip file is, basically it's a folder or something else that has been compressed so that it's smaller when it transfers through the internet. So what you have to do with these, if you're on Windows, you might not have to even necessarily do this, but when you get it, you might have to extract it. So extracting it's just a matter of like right-clicking it and then clicking extract and telling it where to extract to, and then you can work with that like normal. But let's see what we get. We get these two things. These are the folder for the generated documents and the spreadsheet with the results. So let's see what's inside the spreadsheet. Double-click on it, and that's going to open up this spreadsheet. So what we get back here are columns A through D are what the system got in, the address, city, state, and zip that were passed in from your list. And then what we get are the address, city, state, and zip again cleaned up in case there were issues with what you passed in. Say you're pulling it from a county list or something. And as a side effect of the ownership information lookup, we also get a lot of the other information that one would need for a skip trace. So you can actually use this tool to get your lists ready for a skip trace. So address, city, state, and zip, the owner's full name, their first and last name split up into columns, the mailing address, and the mailing city, state, zip. Finally, in column P, we have the actual results of the search. So what you can do is these are all direct download links to the documents. Now, I'm still working out some of the best practices for what to do with these, but one could take this list into something like MailChimp and send out an email campaign. If you have the seller's email addresses, you could actually send them all an email that has a button that's hooked up directly to this link, and that button could say something like download my offers or download my offer. And when they click that, they'll get the Word document to download to their computer, and they can work with that. So I'm still working out some of the best practices for this, but just in case you wanted to, say, mail them yourself directly, let's exit out of this, and let's go back to what we get from the results. We also get this folder that says generated documents. And these are all the Word documents that were created for the offers. So let's look at one of them. This is again, the owner finance offer with balloon. Yeah, it's as though we had put this in ourselves through the web app one at a time. So to answer a couple of potential questions, first of all, if you're wondering, well, where did it get the numbers from to calculate out my offer? The answer is that it used the account defaults, meaning that you've probably seen that if you go to your properties and let's click on one, these numbers here, some of them will persist between offers generated. And that's helpful if you have a specific buy box that you don't want to kind of deviate from. So for example, your cash discount on a cash offer, if I were to change this to 25%, then what would happen is when I go to generate my list, it's going to use 25% instead of 30%. And similar for the creative finance options. So if I put in a 5% discount here, then that's going to be reflected in the offers generated on the list. So it basically is just using your account settings that you have here that persist between offers getting generated to calculate the offers. And really all that's being really changed is the market value and potentially the mortgage balance. So that's the overview of how to use this tool. By the way, if you change one of these numbers, to solidify it in the database, you have to also generate an offer. So if you say want to change this cash discount from 30% to say 25%, just to make sure that it's saved correctly, go ahead and generate. We'll do the cash offer as an example. What that's going to do is make it so that that will persist between sessions and be stored to your account, and it's going to use that in the lists. So now if I go back to my properties and then back to the offer, now it's going to be 25% again. So that's how you use the list processing tool. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. For now, it's in public access, which means that public testing, I should say, which means that while it's being tested out, anybody, even if you just have a free trial, can buy credits and use the tool. But this is going to be a subscriber-only feature once it's been thoroughly tested. And if you have any issues, you say this gets stuck, right? It's stuck on step 2 of 3 and it doesn't seem to be moving or something like that. Reach out to me and I can get in there, identify any issues and fix them. And I will credit your account for any lost credits used in that time while I'm working this out. Thanks.